Hi, this is Dan McGowan, Muay Thai World Champion, and today we'll be going through some push kick feint setups with Rungnarai Kiat Mugao. So today I'll be sharing with you 3 types of different push kick feints. So drill number 1, we'll be using the lead leg push kick feint. So this is really effective against another Muay mat fighter, so an aggressive Muay Thai fighter. Someone that's going to be constantly pushing forward and pressuring you and trying to close the distance a lot. Someone like Rod Leck or Liam Harrison are really good at this style, so they like to throw big punches and hard shots to affect you. So the best way to kind of keep them away is using the lead leg push kick, but then you can then use that to your advantage by using these feints to then set up some stronger shots. So in this drill, again, it's probably best to use against another orthodox or someone the same stance as you, but can also be effective with someone with the opposite stance, but just a lot easier against someone in the same stance as yourself. So in this drill, we start off by using the lead leg push kick. So we want to stab that into our opponent's midsection, which will then stop them in their tracks coming forward so much as well. So then after that, it's important that you stab this push kick in, kind of affecting your opponent's body. So then he'll second think about coming into punch again. This will then lead to the feint. So if you don't stab that push kick in, this feint won't really work because it's not going to bother your opponent too much. So with the feint, you lift your leg up really sharply to get a reaction out of your opponent, and he'll probably cover his body or try and maybe catch the push kick or try and counter the push kick, and that's when you throw the jab to the head because the head will be exposed. So again, push kick, fake the push kick, jab, and you'll take the left kick to the arms or the body. So again, you want to, with the body kick, you want to target the arms or the body, more so the arms because it will stop the Muay mat throwing strong punches. So like I said before, with these feints, you really want to get a reaction out of your opponent. You don't just want to use the lead leg kind of feint just to use it for the sake of using it. You want to really get a reaction out of your opponent to get him to maybe cover the body or try and catch your push kick, and that will then make your next counter technique a lot easier to throw. So after we've attacked with the left body kick, we then want to attack with the inside low kick sweep. So again, after you've thrown a few left body kicks, maybe your opponent will start getting the hang of that, maybe start countering it or blocking the body kick. So that's where we've got to change it up. Always be one step ahead in Muay Thai. So if you notice your opponent's blocking a certain area, then you have to think about what's next. So the next step is to go to the inside sweep. So again, you use that lead leg push kick, really get a reaction out of your opponent, then throw the jab, get his attention up high, and then take the lead leg. So when you're sweeping, you want to kind of go towards the ankle area. You don't want to go too high because then it's not going to sweep your opponent's leg outwards. So you want to really get them off balance or even get them to the floor with this shot. So again, left push kick, fake, left body kick, and then again, fake jab, and then left inside low kick. So when you're throwing the sweep as well, you have to step out of your right leg. So you're kind of going across your opponent's body, and this will just give you a lot more room to get a good sweep off. If you don't really step outwards, then you're not really going to get a strong sweep. So it's really important to fake, use the jab, and then step across your opponent's body, and then hit just above the ankle with the sweep and sweeping them off balance. You can also counter after this as well. So if you sweep them off balance and they're in a vulnerable position, you can then counter with maybe a left kick or another knee or even a punch. So drill number 2, we're using another lead push kick feint, but this time we're going to use it to kind of create distance and then create an angle to throw the right body kick. So with a lot of these kind of push kick feints, you're going to be the one that's taking the back foot. So in this video, you'll see either me or Rungnarai taking the back foot and then using the push kick to create distance against an aggressive fighter. So you'll use the right kick first, again, to try and stop your Muay mat opponent in his tracks, either hitting his body or his arm. If he's still coming forward after that, then that's when, after you land, you can use the lead leg push kick to push him away again, just to create some more distance for yourself, and then take the back foot again. So after the right kick, when you land the right kick and when you land back on the floor, it's like pushing a button. So as soon as that right leg lands on the floor, the heel touches the ground and the left push kick come up, and then you can stab it into your opponent's body. So after you've stabbed that push kick into your opponent's body, hopefully this will then get your opponent kind of worried about that push kick all the time then. And that's when you can start using the feints with the push kicks to then create angles to then throw harder shots. So after you've got that push kick effectively set up, you can start using the feint. So the feint, again, you want to get a reaction out of your opponent. So you want him to either get him to cover up or try and defend the push kick. And that's when you're going to then step at an angle, slap the hand, and then turn around your opponent's blind spot. When you go around your opponent's blind spot, that's when you can throw the right body kick. And because you're at such a good angle, you're right across his body, you can slam that right body kick right into the ribs or the midsection of your opponent. So when using the push kick feint, you step just at an angle of your opponent. So you don't want to step too far in. So you're kind of hopping in with the push kick feint, but going towards your opponent's right leg, probably like a 45-degree angle. And that's when you want to use the slap and turn at the same time. So you're going to be slapping your opponent's wrist area or forearm, and that's going to just push them on their way, and then it's going to actually help you get around your opponent's blind spot even more to then land effectively with the right body kick. After throwing the right body kick, again, your opponent, because he's a Muay Mat style, usually these guys are really, really ruthless and they want to always attack. So even if they've took a hard shot, they're still going to try and attack you with a punch after. So that's why we'll land the right leg push kick to keep them away again. So you're constantly kind of creating distance for yourself and giving yourself more time to think and always putting them off their game. So in drill number 3, we'll be going through the rear push kick feints. So using the right leg to push your opponent off balance and then use a feint to hopefully then counter with some nice shots after. So again, this technique is really effective against a forward fighter, so someone that's going to be pressuring you a lot. So again, you're using the push kick to kind of create distance and just keep at bay all the time and kind of giving yourself space to think so then you can throw the next shot. So starting off in this drill, you will throw a right kick to your opponent. He will then return with a left kick to the body, which you want to block. So after that, we're going to throw a right push kick. So what happens in Muay Thai a lot is you'll see a lot of fighters, they'll be going for a kick for kick kind of rhythm. So one person will throw a body kick, the other will throw another body kick until one doesn't block, so that person wins. So in this drill, we're throwing the right push kick to kind of disrupt that rhythm. So your opponent will be expecting a body kick back, but that's when you're going to come with the right push kick. So after landing that rear push kick, now your opponent's thinking about that technique in particular. So he feels weak at the body maybe, and he wants to start defending that. So that's when you'll bring the feint into this situation. So you'll feint with the rear leg, picking the leg up nice and high. So you'll bring the knee up as if you're throwing a push kick, hoping your opponent drops his hands to maybe defend or counter against the push kick, and that leaves his head exposed or his neck exposed, and that's when you can then throw the rear head kick. Rung Narai actually has used this technique before in the past and won by KO a couple of times with this exact technique. So it's a really, really effective shot and it's tried and tested. So when you bring up the rear leg for the feint, so you're bringing your knee up nice and high towards kind of your hip area as if you're going to throw a push kick. As you drop the leg, you go back into your normal stance, and then that gives you kind of space and time to then spring up into a head kick so you can get your leg nice and high, obviously to target the neck or the head area of your opponent. And this is a KO shot. If this lands, it's nearly guaranteed your opponent's going to go to sleep.